name is Yasmin Azizah Wahyudi and I'm from English Literature. I'm a student of Binasarana Informatika. This video is my PBL assignment for pre-intermediate grammar, and in this video we have two parts. For the first part, this part, we have two topics, and the first topic is conditional if or conditional sentences. In this topic, we're gonna talk about definition, zero conditional, first conditional, third conditional, the examples, and then the last is the conclusion. So let's get started. First is definition. So what is conditional sentences or conditional if? So conditional sentences are usually a sentence used to express condition and result. They usually use the word if. And for the function, first is to talk about facts, and then to talk about possibilities, and then to talk about imaginary situations, and then to talk about past regrets. The pattern is if plus condition, then the result. For the example, if I study hard, I will pass the exam. Then we have zero conditional. Zero conditional is commonly used for statements based on scientific facts, truths, or habits, or general truths. For the pattern, if plus simple present, then the result. And for the example, if you hit the water, it boils. And the analysis of it is if you hit the water is the condition, it boils is the result. Both use simple present tense because it's always true. Then we have first conditional. What is first conditional? First conditional is often used to create sentences that refer to real possibility in the future. For the pattern, it's if plus simple present will plus verb 1. Examples: if it rains, I will stay home. If it rains, I will stay at home. Analysis for it is if it rains, that's the possibility future condition, then I will stay at home, that's the future result. Used for realistic situation. Then second conditional. What is second conditional? Second conditional is used to describe unreal or imaginary situation and hypothetical situation. For the pattern, it's if plus simple past would plus verb 1. And for the example of it, if I were rich, I will buy a big house. Analysis: if I were rich is the imaginary condition, I will buy a big house is imaginary result. Speaker is not rich now. Then we have third conditional. The third conditional is used for sentences that express regret or imaginary situation in the past. Pattern, for the pattern, it's if plus past perfect would have plus verb 3. And for the example, if I have been able to limit my kindness towards them, I may not have been so disappointed when I finally realized that they had never valued me the way I valued them. And for the analysis, if I had been able to limit my kindness towards them is the imaginary past condition, I might not have been so disappointed is imaginary past result. Speaker could not limit their kindness in the past, so they became so disappointed later. And then for the example 1, if people continue to waste water, many areas will face shortages. Source BBC News 2025. Analysis. Type. First conditional. If people continue is the possible condition, will face shortages is future consequences or the result. And then for the example 2, if I had known earlier, I would have acted differently. Source CNN interview 2024. And for the analysis, type third conditional. It expresses regret about the past. So the conclusion for conditional if, conditional sentences are important in English because they help people express fact, discuss future possibilities, imagine unreal situation, and then talk about their regret. And then there are four many types: zero conditional, first conditional, second conditional, third conditional. Then for the second topic, direct speech versus report speech. And then for the table of contents, definition, differences, change in tenses, change in pronouns and time expression, four original examples, examples from media, and then the last is conclusion. So for the first one, definition. What is direct speech? Direct speech repeats the exact words spoken by someone. For the example, she said, I'm tired. And then what is reported speech? Reported speech is that tells what someone said without repeating the exact word. For the example, the direct one is she said I'm tired, and then the reported speech will be she said that she was tired. That's the difference. And then the difference between direct and reported speech. For direct speech, that they use quotation mark, exact word, and present tense. For the reported speech, no quotation mark, reported meaning, usually change tenses. And for the example is I study English, Anna said. And in the reported speech form, Anna said that she studied English. Changes in tenses. For in the direct speech, they have present simple, present continuous, will, and can. And for the reported speech, they use past simple, past continuous, would, and could. And for the example, direct speech, it says, I will come tomorrow. In the reported speech, it says, he said that he will come the next day. Changes in pronouns and time expression. Pronoun changes. I could be he or she. My could be his or her. We could be they or theirs, possibly. And then time expression changes. Today could be that day. Tomorrow could be the next day. Yesterday could be the previous day. Now could be then. And for the example, I am busy today, Lisa said. That's the direct speech. And then for the reported speech, it says, Lisa said that she was busy that day. Four original examples. Example 1, direct. I like pizza, Tom said. Reported, Tom said that he liked pizza. Example 2, direct. We are studying now, they say. In reported speech form, they say that they were studying then. Example 3, direct form. I will call you tomorrow, Anna said. Reported speech form. Anna said that she would call me the next day. Example 4, and for the last example, direct form. I finished my homework yesterday, John said. In the reported form, John said that he had finished his homework that previous day. And for the examples from media, examples 1, direct speech. The economy is improving, the president said. Reported speech, the president that the economy was improving. Source, Reuters News, 2025. And for the analysis, present continuous changes to past continuous. Example 2, direct speech. We will launch the project next month, the manager said. Reported speech. The manager said that they would launch the project the following month. Source, the Jakarta Post, 2025. Analysis, will changes to would, and next month changes to the following month. And for the conclusion, direct speech uses the speaker's exact word. Reported speech explains what someone said. Important changes in reported speech is tense change, pronoun change, time expression changes. Reported speech is commonly used in news, conversation, storytelling, and then interview. That's for the first part, and let's get to the second part. Okay, bye. Hi, this is the part 2, and in this part 2 we have grammar error analysis. So, in this grammar error analysis, we have different paragraph, 4 different paragraph, and it's for the 4 different materials. And for the materials, we have passive voice, subjunctive, wish, conditional sentences, and then the last is direct versus reported speech. For the passive voice, we have this paragraph. Let me read. Last year, a new policy is introduced by the company to improve productivity. Several employees was given additional training, and some departments are reorganized to be more efficient. The new system has implemented by the IT team last month. Some tasks must finish before the deadline, and reports so submitted every Friday. The training sessions were conducted by external consultants, and all staff are required to attend them. By the end of the program, many improvements have been achieved by the organization. So first thing first, I'm gonna explain about passive voice definition. Passive voice is used when the focus is on the action rather than the subject who performed the action. And for the pattern, it's present passive. It's a subject plus M is R plus verb 3. Then past passive, subject plus was or were plus verb 3. Modal passive is modal plus be plus verb 3. Then perfect passive is has or have plus been plus verb 3. So we're gonna just get to the analysis. First analysis, incorrect sentences. Last year, a new policy is introduced by the company. For the correct sentences, last year, a new policy has introduced by the company. Explanation: the sentence talks about a past event, so it must use past passive voice. Grammar rule: past passive was or were plus verb 3. Then analysis 2, second analysis. Incorrect sentences is several employees was given additional training. And the corrected one is several employees were given additional training. Explanation: employees is plural. Therefore, the correct auxiliary verb is were. Grammar rule: plural subject use were. Okay. The third analysis is the third analysis, the incorrect sentences. Some tasks must finish before the deadline. Correct sentences: some tasks must be finished before the deadline. Explanation: modal passive voices requires modal plus be plus verb 3. Grammar rule: must plus be plus verb 3. Conclusion: the paragraph contains errors related to auxiliary verb, passive structures, verb forms. Then correct grammar helps make sentences clearer and more accurate. And it could help people who have just learned English. Then subjunctive wish. Many students feel stressed during exams and often say they wish they have more time to study. Some of them wish they are understand the material better before the test. One student said he wished he studied harder last semester, while another mentioned she wishes she can finish all assignment earlier. They also wish their lecturer will give less homework. In group discussion, several students expressed that they wish they don't feel anxious during presentations. Overall, they wish everything is easier in their academic life. So, subjunctive definition of subjunctive wish. Wish is used to express regret, desire, and or an unreal situation. For the patterns, present wish plus past tense, past wish plus had plus verb 3, future complain, wish plus would. Okay. So, first analysis of subjunctive wish. For the incorrect sentences, it says they wish they have more time to study. For the correct sentence, they wish they had more time to study. Explanation: a present unreal situation uses past tense after wish. Grammar rule: wish plus past tense. The second analysis, the incorrect sentences says he wished he studied harder last semester. Correct sentences says he wished he had studied harder last semester. Explanation: the sentence express regret about the past, so it must use had plus verb 3. Grammar rule: wish plus had plus verb 3. So the conclusion for subjunctive wish: common error found: incorrect tense after wish, missing auxiliary verbs, and the last is incorrect subject verb agreement. Then conditional if. If students study hard, they will pass the exam easily. If you heat the water, it will boil at 100 degrees Celsius. Many people believe that if they have more money, they will happier in life. Last semester, if the lecturer explains the topic clearly, students understood it better. If I know about the assignment earlier, I will submit it on time. If she studied harder, she will pass the final test. In general, if people will work hard, they achieve their goals faster. So the first analysis is incorrect sentences. If students study hard, they will pass the exam. Incorrect sentences, it says, if students study hard, they will pass the exam. Explanation. After will, the verb must be in base form verb 1. Grammar rule: will plus verb 1. Then for the second analysis, the incorrect sentences: if you heat water, it will boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Incorrect sentences, it says, if you heat water, it boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Explanation. This sentence is zero conditional because it states a scientific truth or fact. Grammar rule: zero conditional is if plus present tense, present tense. So for the conclusion, the paragraph contains error involving conditional types, verb forms, and then incorrect tense usage. So the last one is direct versus reported speech. And for the paragraph, it says the lecturer said that student must submit the assignment tomorrow. He also said that they are working on a new project last week. One student said, I am finished my homework, and the lecturer reported that the student is finished his homework. Another student said that I will come late yesterday, which confused everyone. The lecturer told that he will explain the material the next day, but later he said, I explained it yesterday. At the end of the class, he said that you can ask me question now. And students reported that they can ask him question then. The first analysis, incorrect sentences, it says the lecturer said that students must submit the assignment tomorrow. Incorrect sentences, it says the lecturer said student must submit the assignment tomorrow. Explanation: quotation mark in direct speech must follow the reporting verb correctly. Grammar rule: direct speech format: subject plus reporting verb plus quotation mark. Second analysis, the incorrect sentences is I am finished my homework. Correct sentences, it says I have finished my homework. Explanation: the sentences requires present perfect tense. And for the grammar rule, have or has plus verb 3. Conclusion: the paragraph contains mistakes related to tense changes, quotation structures, and the last is reported speech transformation. Overall conclusion: the project helped improve understanding of passive voice, subjunctive wish, conditional sentences, and the direct and reported speech. Grammar analysis is important to produce clear and correct English sentences. And this is for the reference. That's all from me. Thank you for watching, and I hope I have a good, great days. Bye.